Grand Prairie voters go to the polls on May 1st to decide 2 city council races and a bond proposal for economic development. In District 5, incumbent Cole Humphreys is running unopposed. In District 6, there are 3 candidates, including incumbent Jeff Wooldridge. And in District 8, there are 6 candidates on the ballot, including incumbent Greg Gessner. Voters will also decide for or against issuing up to $75 million in bonds for economic development. If approved, the city anticipates using the bonds for several initiatives, including development of conference center hotel facilities at Epic Central, construction of restaurant buildings at Epic Central that would be leased to restaurateurs, the purchase of land or buildings in downtown to potentially develop or redevelop restaurants, retail, and housing, and other proposals to increase economic development that meet the City Council's due process for discussion and approval.
Most of it will be immediately used. I'd say around 50 million of it will be immediately used to build 2 hotels, a conference center, and the shells for restaurants at Epic Central. Now, why is that important? We're already starting the development of Epic Central. We have some developers, hoteliers that have wanted to come, but they've been scared off by COVID. We could wait, maybe they could come back, but we can borrow the money much cheaper, get this built.
The bonds would be repaid from property tax revenue over 20 years. The bond issue is not expected to affect the city's property tax rate based on the current economy and forecasts. But even at the same rate, your tax bill would be affected by higher property values. Here's why. Your property tax bill includes what is owed to the city, the Grand Prairie ISD, and the county where you live based on their property tax rates. The total is calculated by taking your property valuation, multiplying it by each tax rate, and then adding up the amounts. And that means even if the tax rates stay the same, but your property valuation increases, your tax bill will increase. If the bond issue is approved and then the economy declines, bond debt would still be due. The city would look at cutting services, reducing capital projects, or consider a property tax increase to cover debt payments. If the bond proposal fails, bond projects would not happen unless other ways to finance them could be found. The polls are open on Election Day from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. For more information, visit gptx.org/elections. Grand Prairie is catching up on ceremonies delayed by COVID-19. On Tuesday, the city had a cornerstone ceremony at the newly renovated and expanded City Hall. The Masonic Lodge uses the centuries-old ritual to certify a building is straight and level.
In the Masonic cornerstone ceremony, the stone is checked using ancient tools to be sure it is square, plumb, and level. This is done because a building constructed on a poor foundation is not strong and will not stand the test of time.
It is the order of the most worshipful Grand Master that the cornerstone be now laid with Masonic honors.
Officials then moved a few miles south to perform the same tradition for the new Fire Station 3. The new firehouse under construction is over 19,000 square feet. It features 4 bays for an engine, ambulance, and truck, as well as living quarters and an adjacent classroom. It'll be home for 10 to 12 firefighters, along with personnel who will office on the training side. Officials say it's designed to keep pace with growth along the nearby State Highway 161 corridor.
We've moved over onto Marshall. It'll be a quick shot to go east or west. 161, it'll be easy access to 161 to go north and south. They'll have an easier time responding to more remote parts of their district.
The new Fire Station 3 is scheduled to be completed by June.
After more than 2 years, it was finally that time again in Grand Prairie. It's the return of the big event, a massive community service spring cleaning initiative to help people in need all over the city.
Perfect day for this.
Yes, it is the perfect day. To make it with city.
The one-day, all-volunteer effort enlists the help of all kinds of organizations and individuals, including church groups, business owners, city employees, teachers, students, parents, and kids who organize to show their gratitude to the community by conquering all kinds of jobs requested by citizens who aren't able to do it by themselves.
You see that green container back there? That tree that's growing up there, that can be cut down.
Okay.
We need to show more love to each other. And if you can help somebody, big or small, it's a great thing to be able to do.
You never know when you're going to need help yourself. So we are today trying to help as much as we possibly can.
It's good. It's a good, healthy exercise of positive human behavior.
In 2018, Grand Prairie became the first municipality to adopt the big event concept, which has become a rite of spring on hundreds of college campuses all over the country and was originally introduced at Texas A&M University in 1982.
We've lived in Grand Prairie the whole time. We've been in Texas about 20 years. And I can say that I'm delighted to be here because of that. Neighbors helping neighbors. We've always been volunteers in areas that we can help other people. And we are just kind of lacking in the area of home improvement and yard work. So we were delighted that there are people who enjoy that and are willing to help other people.
Officials say that this year's big event in Grand Prairie brought out 600 volunteers who helped at 60 different locations.
It's the start of a new season at Lone Star Park in Grand Prairie. The track will feature thoroughbred action during the 48 days of its spring meet. And it will be open at full capacity for the first time since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Last year, obviously a very hard year on all entertainment and sporting events. We were able to race, but without fans. So it's great to have fans back this year. And you know, it's just nice. You know, it's been almost a year and a half since we've had a regular season with fans in the house.
Lee says fans should be aware that there are still some pandemic precautions in place at the track.
So if you want to come out and have a good evening in Silk's Dining, you know, you can. It's just every other table. There will be spacing of 50%. In the outdoor areas, you know, it's just practice social distance, practice all the common sense safety protocols, and you're going to have a good time. Wear a mask, wash your hands, stay safe.
The thoroughbred racing season continues through July 11th. For more information, visit LoneStarPark.com.